senior class will have some very big shoes to fill, not only on the field, but also off it. There was a leadership void that needed to be filled from the time we started lifting in January. The senior class did their best to not only step up and be productive on the field, as many were starters for the first time, but also be the best leaders they could be and help move the program forward. It wasn't always easy, but I'm proud of this group for how hard they worked and the mark they will be leaving on this program. The first senior we're going to talk about is one I had in class as a freshman. It was actually the very last class period of his freshman year, and he was leaving to go to North Plainfield. I could tell that he didn't totally want to leave, and I didn't give up hope that he'd be back. And luckily, he did come back. Despite having to sit out some games to start the year, he came in the lineup as soon as he could and made us much better on defense. I'm very glad I got the chance to coach and teach you again. Choose Ty Knowles.
He's silly, yo. Troy and him silly as hell. Oh, he got the helmet. Ooh, that was dope.
Our next senior is one we tried to get on the field for many years. We wanted to get on the field because we knew how good he actually was. We were lucky that it all worked out this year, and he certainly proved what we all thought. He brought a different element to the offense that was absolutely needed. During a hot and tough Lycoming camp, he was a guy who shined and fought through adversity. It's a great experience as coach to watch it all finally come together. Before Dario was there. Our next senior is one of the few guys who had some playing experience for the 2024 season. He knew that in order for us to have a successful season, he had to take a step forward as both a player and a leader. Fortunately, he did exactly that. Like a true leader, he was willing to do whatever the team needed, including playing some quarterback. Unfortunately, that ended his senior year early, but knowing him, he would do it all over again if the team needed it. We're lucky to have him in our program. Number 6, Griffin Cat.
All right, Grant.
Next up is a guy whose name you heard a lot this year, probably around like 40 times in the Plainfield game. He was another player we knew had a ton of potential, didn't always have the opportunity to show it last year. This year he did, and boy, are we lucky that he did. His ability to break long runs was a huge need for our offense and took some pressure off younger players. I'm not sure if we have the same amount of wins we did this year without him having the season that he had this year. Number 8,
Kids is crazy. Yo.
Our next senior was a guy we could always count on to be there. He didn't miss a single off-season workout in his show. He made some big catches for us this year, even coming off a sprain he had late in the summer. He was a great teammate that earned the respect of everyone along. Number 13, Elijah Bulls. Senior is here tonight. But another guy who spent a whole lot of time in the office and working hard. He's a guy we can count on and played pretty much every skill position on offense over the summer. Really helped us get through those 7-on-7s. His intelligent understanding of the routes was definitely a boost for the offense and helped other guys learn as well. Number 16, exactly. Next senior is one of the hardest workers we had. He was always putting in time to try to be the best version of himself. He was an outstanding blocker on offense because he realized effort is what matters the most. He wanted to block the guy he was supposed to. He also provided stability in the back end of the defense, was never afraid to compete. We were lucky to have someone to play with effort all the time. 1-7, Troy Hampton.
Give him a shot. Put it 1-7. Gooey. I heard you. I got it on film too. Love you too. I'll be right back at camp this year. Watch. I'll be sitting right there watching. I'm coming.
Our next senior was a guy that we were lucky to come out to play for us. When he was a sophomore, he came to the weight room and told me he was going to play football, which turned out not to be the case. But him and a couple guys came back over the senior year, and he was the one who ended up sticking it out. He did an awesome job taking over as a kicker from someone who was the starting kicker for the last 4 years. He was consistent, and even gave us a great ladder on the scrimmage when we got our own running back. Number 19, Austin
He said, I ain't want it. Yo, you stupid. I know. He like, I'm good. Good job, Oz.
Our next senior was a guy who always wanted to compete. You'd always see him in the center of the team toughness drill, being encouraged by his teammates. He had epic battle of the mantis. He's a guy we will surely miss. 27, Tom.
These boys are silly, yo. I'm gonna miss this. Hey, Joyce. What's going on, Mama Matt? Troy's last banquet in high school. Him and his silly friends.
Our next senior decided to come out his junior year and added a big boost in the weight. He always pushed the guys in the first round as one of the strongest guys on the team. He had some bad luck with injuries and unfortunately couldn't get that to train with the field as much as we would have liked. But he's a great student with a bright future ahead, and we're happy to have him in the program. Number 52, Tommy Zanet. This next senior was also one of the few returning stars from 2024. We were counting counting on him having a great season. He certainly did that. He was everything you could ask for in a linebacker and made huge plays for our team. But one play that will always stick with me is his unselfish play against Cranford on James' interception return. He tried so hard in the play that would never count as a stat. He gave great effort because that's what great players do. 54 seconds. Next up, we have another senior who loved the weight room. Was always pushing me in the first rack, trying to get the highest numbers.
Kieran.
He stepped in a big role in the field, starting both ways. That's not an easy job. He dealt with some lingering injuries that played into this, but he also showed up as a starter, which was a big boost for our team. Number 55, Kieran McKell.
Big Red.
Our next senior also had some experience in 2024, but it took until this year to become a full-time starter. He solidified the left tackle position and helped those around him with his intelligence. You can tell him being a summer pioneer meant a lot to him. He always brought a positive attitude to lift his teammates up. Number 59, Keenan's not called. Our next senior is one that any coach would be lucky to have on their team. He was willing to do whatever was asked of him, did it with a smile. No matter the task, he was always willing to do whatever the team needed him to do. I feel lucky to have had him in the program, and I hope that attitude leads to a lot of success for him down the road. Number 61, Connor.
This kid's is ruthless, yo.
Quick shout out to Donald Freitas. He didn't finish the year with us, but another senior who started the year with us. So. He's still alive. He just didn't.
Brutal.
Our final senior came out for the team as a senior to give it a shot. I say it every year, there's a guy we wish we had more time to work with and develop. He became a quality D lineman that was forced to be reckoned with. Even though we only had it for 1 year, we're happy that he gave it a shot and enjoyed the game. Number 68.
This kid's is crazy.
of 2026.
Whoa!
All right, so now we're going to do one of the always unsure modes of the evening where the juniors get their chance to speak about the senior. I think there's about 6 juniors speaking, so 7. 6, 7.
Ha 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 ha!
Okay? All right, so let's have the juniors come up now and do their thing.
First and foremost, I want to thank every coach and senior in this room. I want to thank you all for making this one of the funnest, most inclusive, and overall greatest football seasons I've ever played. From Sammy and Griff's unwavering leadership, even when I didn't feel like hearing it. From Troy, Dario, and Aiden, always keep me focused whenever I get distracted. To Tommy driving me to every summer practice and workout. And then to Pat driving when Tommy got tired. The class of 26 will be missed. Now I'd say thank you to a person that really helped me get through the season altogether. Whether it was some words of encouragement when I was in my own head, a slap across the helmet when I missed my time, so just being Elijah Woods. You helped me. AB, you helped make this season unforgettable. On the field and off it. From the hangouts after film, us going catch for catch every day in practice, for all the trips to JP's, and everything in between. I can't thank you enough for your guidance, wisdom, and friendship. Without you, I don't know how I would survive. I couldn't do it with just Troy, as a man that threw missiles at us every day in practice. Thank you for being there, and thank you for making this season one I'll never forever. You can always come borrow some gloves whenever you need. I love you, big bro, and I'll miss you.
Oh.
Hello, everybody. Justin Bell here. The person I'll be doing today is Aiden Bush. Aiden, you're more than a friend to me. You're like a brother. From the time you first stepped into the locker room, transferred from Middlesex, after that practice, not knowing that that football brought between us was unbreakable. And I'm thankful for that. From the time me kicking your butt in NCAA while 4QE was watching and recording during LICO, and from the time from our film sessions calling you Bunky. But no matter what, you are a great leader, a great teammate, and mostly a great brother. Can't wait to see what you accomplish in the future. Love you, brother. Justin.
Alright, hello everyone. So my person is Griffin Kent. If I had to describe Griff in one word, it wouldn't be something simple like hardworking or resilient or energized. But while he's all of these, I would have to say he was resolute. Resolute means to be admirably purposeful, determined, and unwavering. He's pretty much the embodiment of Somerville, being tough during every drill or game, accountable for all his mistakes and always aiming to fix them, knowing the playbook front to back and back to front, and giving 100% effort every single round. It was obvious every day that he loved playing football and that he was there for a good time. There was nothing he enjoyed more than hitting, which is pretty obvious when you know that he had 50 tackles and no interceptions. I think his favorite hit was when he picked up the hillside running back and he body slammed him because it's the first clip on his highlight reel. He always had the most energy and he put his whole heart into the game. It was so fun being around him when he was hyping the team up. Although his season got cut short, he never stopped showing up for us and kept motivating us throughout the season. He was an essential part of the team, whether he was yelling from the bench or taking someone's head off during the game, or even doing a celly to the sideline. The team will forever miss you. Thank you for everything. Love you, GK Porter.
Alright, as we wrap up the season, we want to recognize Troy Hampton. Troy is a definition of a team-first player. He showed up every day ready to work and played wherever the team needed him on both offense, defense, and special teams. His consistency, toughness, and attention to detail made him a real impact on his program. More importantly, Troy leads by example and represents Somerville football the right way. As a sophomore, he worked. Oh my God! Sorry, Mom. I promise I wouldn't stutter. As a sophomore, he worked very hard during the season and off-season lifts while balancing track as well. He also had a very successful JV season that year. As a junior during the summer, he was always at every practice and he trained very hard to play, which he did when his number got called. And I guarantee you, he would have started on 90% of the teams in New Jersey. But fortunately for us, unfortunately for him, I think we had the best defensive back room last year, so it was very hard for him to play. Coming into Troy's senior season, the team had high hopes. He was a great part of the team through the ups and downs at wide receiver and defensive back. He always delivered. We're proud of the season he had and proud to call him Pioneer. Good luck at King. All right, so I have another speech, so I'm not going to go to the back of the line like everyone else did. This person did not play football until his senior year. Well, he kind of did. He tried to do it his sophomore year, but didn't end up working. However, he was a huge part of this team with his kicking ability, doing a great job on kickoff, and even field goals and extra points. Furthermore, off the field, Austin kept energy high and boosted our confidence when we needed it the most. I always remember in middle school, we didn't really always get along, but once football started, we got to know each other, we had a great relationship. I say this in a good way, but not a lot of people thought Austin was going to stay with football, including me. Austin not only proved me wrong, but a lot of players and coaches and others. The other soccer player that didn't end up making it to the end of the season, not so much. Austin showed everyone that he was here to stay and that he was a true part of the team. He was always energetic about practices and between games, even though it was all new to him. It took some getting used to, but he became an essential player on that team, and I'm glad he stayed. Thank you, Austin.
Hello, everyone. So my speech is on Keenan. I've known him since we were kids, back when we were playing SBU together, and lacrosse. And over the years, I've been lucky enough to getting to know him even better, especially during last year, when I got the opportunity to play alongside him. And just, Keenan has the mindset, it's always positive, and he always wants everyone to do better. No matter the situation, if he thinks he didn't do better, he's going to say, what can I do in this situation to better myself and better the situation? Whether it's in practice or during a game, if someone is struggling, Keenan is always the first one there to lift them up, offering encouragement and confidence with words like, you're good, keep your head up, you've got this. His energy and character makes everyone around him better. Keenan, it's been an absolute honor to play alongside you, and I wish you the best of luck in everything that lies ahead of you. I also have another speech. Tony couldn't make it tonight, and Tony had a speech on Tommy. Tommy was someone who I could always go to during the season. If I had any questions I needed to get answered quickly, I could always ask him. He helped me grow as a player by helping me learn plays and telling me what I should do. He would make sure that during practices I was doing the right thing, and he inspired me to do better. Tommy always helped me when I needed it and always supported me. Good luck with life ahead of you.
Alright, so I did my speech on Dan. So Dan's a really awesome guy. He's probably one of the funniest dudes I know on the team. And I just want to thank him for all the hard work and effort he put in the season. He's really hard worker, and it showed through how well he was able to do his first season. I'm really going to miss all the scout team reps with Dan, where we complain about the offensive line messing up due to up downs. And I'm also really going to miss going to JP's after practice. Thank you for everything, Dan. I know you're going to do great things in track this season, and you're going to do better things in college, so thank you. Alright, so Diego couldn't make it tonight, so he wanted to say some things about Connor. So he said, Connor's a great guy, and he's one of the first people who helped me and beat everyone on the team. And he not only wanted to thank him for making him a better player, but he wanted to thank him for helping him learn about summer football as the whole team, and for pushing him every day to become a leader and not a follower. And he also wanted to thank Connor for pushing everyone to become a better player. He also wanted to give a special thank you to the coaching staff and their support in letting him learn the game of football.
speech today is for Mr. Group Leader, Dario Lozano. Man, I could be up here all day, but I'm gonna keep it short. Basically, grew up together. You know, he's my cousin, but I see way more than that. He's my brother. Thank you for pushing me through the whole entire season. You know, helping me with run the wins and stuff. No, I couldn't make them. I never make them. You know, from growing up playing with you, you know, when we both couldn't even run the ball because we was too big, to now, you know, finally getting to play with you for your senior year again. I was so grateful for it and grateful to have you as a teammate. Thank you. Alright, so unfortunately Tyler couldn't make it today, and his speech is on Karen. I gotta open it. Basically, Karen, you were one of the funniest people on the team, and he enjoyed how you were always bringing a positive light towards practice, and the energy that you bring can't be matched at all. I hope whatever you decide to do next, that it goes successful, and he is wishing you the best luck in the future. So am I. So am I.
Guys, Smith can be here. This was on. Okay. This past football season meant a lot to me. Not just for games, but for the people I went through it with. I appreciate every one of you seniors for the impact you had on me. Before games, I was always forgetting something. Without complaining, the cow would always take me back to my house. Those drives weren't just about you. They were real conversations about the team, hard work, staying locked in even when nobody's watching. There were times we barely made it back for walkthrough, stressing and laughing at the same time. But that summed up our season. Things weren't perfect, but we figured it out together. The guys stayed focused, hardworking, and real all year. The kind of teammate you want. Even after the season, we still talk, and that says everything. This season gave me more than just football. It gave me brothers for life. I love you all, and wish you guys the best in whatever you plan on accomplishing.
Yo, what's good? Lulu couldn't be here tonight, but he had same views. He said, when you think of Somerville football, you think of leadership. And Sam Hughes, number 54, embodied it. Sam led through discipline, accountability, and effort. He also showed up every day with a purpose, demanding the best from himself, inspiring the best from those around him. He was a steady voice in the huddle, a trusted presence in the locker room, and a teammate that others learned off of. Sam played with intensity, pride, and always placing the team above personal recognition. He understood that the true leadership is earned through sacrifice and consistency. Wearing Somerville across his chest was an honor he never took lightly. Sam Hughes didn't just play for Somerville football. He strengthened it, its foundation, and elevated its standards. That's it.
Alright, and Xavier couldn't be here today, but I got a speech written by him to read out. So when people talk about football, they usually talk about stats, highlights, and the names that get called on Friday nights. But today, we're talking about something deeper. We're talking about Zion. Zion may not have been the guy whose name echoed over the loudspeaker every game, but he was always present. Every practice, every drill, every rep, especially team toughness. Haters will say it didn't happen, but everybody remembers when he beat Zakai. He showed up ready to work, ready to support, and ready to sacrifice. He pushed his teammates in practice, and he brought energy when things were tough. He stayed locked in even when the spotlight wasn't on him. That kind of commitment doesn't show up on the stat sheet, even though he did have a pick six against Northumberland's JV team. Zion understood that football isn't just about who's on the field. It's about who's willing to give everything for the name on the jersey. Thank you, Zila.
Unfortunately, Zach couldn't be here today. I think he had to go to his grandparents' house. But I'll be excused to that maybe. Alright.
Yo.
So, I have known Zach since we were kids in elementary school. Once football started in high school, our relationship really started to evolve. The first time that I even knew he played football was in the weight room when I was a freshman and he was a sophomore. All the bus rides, long practices, and early mornings led us to hang outside of football, like watching Cowboy games at our houses or even you taking me to the game in a limo. After the 2024 football season, you had gotten your license, and we always talked about, once football started up again, that you would take me to every practice, which happened. But I feel like when at pool. But I feel like this season we both unfortunately got injured. It made us talk even more about how we were doing when we were getting back on the field and personal life as well. It was great to be able to play football together these past 2 years. Zach is a football player who's the type of guy to show up every day for practice and give you 100% effort, even when sometimes he wouldn't be all the way healthy. I wish you all the best at college.
Before I start, I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank my teammates. I want to thank all of my coaches. All of you had your own individual part in shaping me as a man. But tonight I'm going to be focusing on Coach Todd. So Coach Todd has been more than just my football coach. He's genuinely someone who's shown up for me when it mattered the most. Coach Todd trained me on the field, but he's also been a shoulder to rely on. And I know this goes for me as well as my other teammates. But Ty made sacrifices for me as an individual, always making sure that I had a way to get home after practice. He even trained me throughout the winter and the spring. He introduced me to people I otherwise would have never met. During training sessions, Ty offered me a hand. I learned lessons about football growing up, and especially principles about becoming a man. Coach Ty, I really just want to thank you for genuinely believing in me. I wouldn't have wanted anyone else to lock me in before a game or shoot shit during pregame catching punt, keeping me focused but still making it about what football is supposed to be, fun. So shout out to my number one hype man and a tremendous mentor. Now let me hear the receivers one last time.
Hello everyone today. I would like to thank all the coaches for everything you did for me and for the man you guys shaped me into today. But today I want to especially talk about Coach Boone, the best head coach ever. I want to thank you for always believing in me and believing I could play. Thank you for pushing me past my limits. But specifically, I want to thank you for always making sure I was good on and off the field. Like the times you'll see me in the hallways, ask about my grades, and if I'm willing to put in the effort to play. Thank you for everything, Coach. Thank you for the memories. Go Ville.
Alright, so I know I got a bad track record for speeches over here, but I promise to be better than last year. We'll see. So I got Coach Pice. Sorry in advance. So Coach Pice is one of the most old school coaches I've ever met. And I could not be more grateful to have met him and played for him. Through his no BS attitude and calling you out for BCD at any given moment, and always trying to toughen you up, not just mentally, but physically too. Although one trait he has shines beyond the rest, and it's my favorite. No matter how big nor athletic the man that could line up against you was never something that you could not compete against. Coach Pice expects you to be great, kick ass, and punch everyone in the mouth. Between all the expectations laid results. With the confidence that stood behind Coach Pice laid a fire that got lit within you to meet those expectations, and it would normally become reality.
alongside the expectations and confidence he laid within you was the real coaching part. I really only became a D lineman my senior year, and within the few short months I really had with him, I learned more than I ever did within the sport of football. Surprisingly, Coach Pice had patience, something that the outside eye would never expect. Although he seemed to be one of the meaner coaches within the staff, just like the rest, once you proved you wanted to learn and wanted to be there, he opened up the books of the craft. I truly consider myself to be a D lineman given I was only there for a single year, but none of it would be possible without Coach Pice's knowledge and coaching abilities. Coach Pice, thank you for molding me into a stronger man throughout everything you've done, not just for me, but for the whole culture of Somerville football.
I just want to start by thanking each one of these coaches for the countless hours and unwavering support they've given myself and the rest of the program. And I also want to thank all these young guys for dealing with me. I know I wasn't the nicest at times, but it made you better, so you're welcome. So, I'm going to be talking about Coach Hayne in specific. My sophomore year before I transferred to Somerville, I was coming from a math class with a teacher who I was really just not a fan of, and if you saw my grade in that class, you definitely could have told I was not a fan of her. So I got to Somerville, and I got Coach Hayne as my new Algebra 2 teacher. I was pretty excited about that. I heard Coach Hayne was a pretty cool guy. And so as soon as I learned that you do your work, the faster you do your work, the faster you get to watch huddle and learn the defense with Coach Hayne, my grade just went right up. So, just had to talk about that. If you know me, you know that I love football. You can talk to me about just about any subject, and it's almost 100% chance that you're going to walk away and I'll talk to you about football. Sorry if that happens and you get annoyed. In 18 years of living, I've been around a lot of football-loving people, but nobody quite looked at football with the perspective that I did. As I spent time with Coach Hayne, I realized I finally found someone whose brain works the same as mine in football. And once I figured this out, Coach Hayne had to suffer the consequences and deal with me consistently asking him questions about things like our scouting reports, the Monday night NFL game, the 7th clip of Ray Lewis's career highlights, hypothetical game situation that would probably never happen, but I always ask just in case, and just about every other question you can think of. Coach Hayne always wanted to talk about this stuff and had a response, no matter how I respond. Thank you, Coach Hayne, and the rest of the coaches for shaping me and the rest of these seniors into the young men we are today.
Hello, everyone. I just want to say thank you to all the coaches, especially like in the summer, because the mental fortitude we had, just that we needed, y'all helped us, especially then. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. And the coach I chose was Coach Manning. I've been Coach Manning for a while now. Before high school football, he would help my brother Ty become better, and he would let me hop in. He didn't push me off to the side. He didn't shoot me as a joke. But he's seen I wanted to get better and genuinely helped me. I remember watching him live, and he told me to hold a plank as long as I can. That's just the type of person he is. And that plank, I was struggling from this year. Ooh. As a safety, my whole life, I came into high school expecting to be. As a safety, my whole life, I expected to be obviously a little bit delusional, and it didn't feel fulfilled at the time. Then Coach Mamman came and gave me an opportunity, which was being a corner, one of the most mentally tough positions in the whole entire sport. Because if you didn't believe you were the best, you're not playing your best. Coach Mamman knew this and still came here. Well, I'll get to the point. I'm simply trying to say thank you for believing in me. I'll never forget when I tripped on film and you said, Troy, this might be the most unathletic thing I've seen. I knew it was all love, though. You wouldn't just say that just to be mean. Because it shows that from the times you stayed after practice, going over the little things, or which way to open my hips, or to stay square when we're playing hard, or don't let anything pass behind me in the eyes. I appreciate you, Coach. Love you forever.
The coach I chose was Coach Boone. Only two more. Coach Bloom has always been the type of coach that won't sugarcoat anything, but he'll make sure you achieve your goal if you want it bad enough. He's been understanding and supportive throughout my whole high school career. Freshman year when I had to move, I remember on the last day, he made sure to let me know I was always welcome back and reminded me to keep working hard and being myself. That always stuck with me, and he was a big part of the reason I moved back. Even when I moved to and saw Summerville at 7-on-7s, he always said hi and used to wish me the best. I remember when I moved back, my confidence was low and I felt I wasn't good enough for the program. And I'll always remember Bloom would come up to me in the middle weight room and tell me how he saw my film and how he was excited for the season and didn't know how good I was. I carried this with me throughout the whole season, and I always reminder that no matter how tough he was on us, that it was for the greater purpose of helping us become the best version of ourselves we could be. I appreciate you, Coach Bloom, for understanding and believing me, even when I thought I wasn't good enough. Even when I posted a TikTok instead of class. It's TikTok in practice. Okay. You helped me turn that freshman always whipping around financial literacy to a young man with a chance to not only go to college, but play the sport I love. Thank you, Coach Bloom, and thank you to the best coaching staff I've ever had the privilege of being part of.
I just wanted to take a moment to thank all the coaches for the sacrifices they made for this football team. Tonight, I'm honored to speak on the behalf of Coach Canopa. Coach, thank you for believing in me when I joined the team my senior year and welcoming me as a kicker. Your support, patience, and trust gave me confidence, not only on the